What is going on, guys? It is your boy Rem here, and I solo cute from Gold to Radiant. And today we're going to be talking about settings you should have on to give you some small advantages and improve the quality of life while playing. I'm also going to be giving away the new battle pass to one person who likes this video and comments their favorite Valorant agent below. I'd also like to thank today's sponsor, Valorant Tracker, for helping me give back to you guys. Enjoy. I've actually been personally using Valorant Tracker for a while now to track my in-game stats to see which areas I need to improve in personally. It shows you agent win rates, headshot percentages, map win rates, and so much more. It also has a cool feature which actually shows you your teammates' ranks and stats when you get into a lobby. There's also a live match feature that can show you the stats for both teams while you're in a live game, and a match history tab to go through everyone's stats after the game. I also think the guides tab is really cool as you could learn lineups for any agent while you are mid-game. If you want to improve your gameplay by downloading Valorant Tracker, go ahead and check out the link in the description or the link in the pinned comment. Now back to the video. First, we're going to start off with the digital vibrance settings. This will make your game look more colorful and make it easier to see enemies in dark parts of maps. What you're going to want to do is open your NVIDIA control panel and go to adjust desktop color settings and turn your digital vibrance up to 80%. This setting can vary depending on your monitor's color settings, so you're going to need to play around with this one, but I would suggest between 70 and 80% regardless of your monitor. Next, we are going to turn Show Corpses off. This setting is pretty straightforward. Go to your general settings and turn off Show Corpses. Having corpses off is especially good if you're a Sage player, as it'll be easier to try to find which body you want to res. I also think this setting is good to have off as dead bodies can sometimes block your vision depending on where they die. Now for hrtf, which stands for Head Related Transfer Function. This is an audio setting added to Valorant which actually helps you hear better in-game, things like footsteps, utility, raised nades, etc., and all sorts of other things. This setting is a must-have, and also make sure you have your speaker config set to stereo, as mono also will ruin audio quality. Changing weapons with scroll wheel, for most people this is a default setting. Lots of people have built the habit of switching weapons with their scroll wheel, but there's a reason that most pros don't switch their weapons with scroll wheel. In hectic situations, you don't want to be scrolling through your weapons trying to find the correct one. So I definitely suggest unbinding this and using your number keys to switch weapons. Raw input buffer is a setting you need to have on. This makes it so your mouse will work directly through Valorant instead of through your windows. Raw input buffer gets rid of an extreme amount of input lag, and I think Valorant is almost unplayable without it. And if you want to get a little bit of extra FPS, if you do have a NVIDIA card, go to NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency and turn it on. If you have a GTX card, you're going to want to set it to on plus boost, and if you have an RTX card, just set it to on. This setting will help with performance and give you a little bit of extra frames. Finally, we're going to bind our jump to scroll wheel. Many pros use this setting, and I wouldn't suggest unbinding spacebar as it is still used for gliding with jet, but jumping with scroll wheel can help improve your movement and make things like B-hopping and skill jumps easier. I've spoken about this setting in a previous video, but for enemy highlight color, I suggest changing it to yellow. Yellow is the first color that I will recognize, so it can help you see an enemy slightly faster than if you had a different enemy highlight on. I would also suggest using a crosshair color that'll contrast yellow, so that your crosshair never blends in with your enemy. Finally, make sure your game is set to full screen instead of windowed full screen, as windowed can cause additional input lag, and I would also suggest trying out different resolutions. All these resolutions will be personal preference unless of course you're using a stretched resolution, then I would suggest using true stretched, which I have a tutorial out for already. Regular stretched on this game only affects UI, so all of it will really change is your crosshair size, and it'll also lower the quality of your game, which can in fact help lower end computers with FPS, but it's very minimal. I would also go to your general settings and turn show blood on. With this setting on, you can see blood splatter when you shoot someone through a wall or a box or anything, and it can give you some free info about where a player is that you wouldn't get without it. It can also let you know that you've done damage to someone you were spamming, which you could communicate to your team, and if there's any setting that you think I missed or would suggest that I use personally, please feel free to comment it down below so I can take a look into it and see if it's actually a good setting. Thanks. Anyways, that's going to be all for today's video. As always guys, if you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. And if you have any other questions or any other things you'd like me to make a guide for, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And I really like helping out my community. If there's any other things you'd like to learn, please let me know. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.